coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Ay, 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 yeah. Let's get it. Let's go. TBP Nation, man. 33 years of prison stores, man. We pushing positive energy all day, every day over here. That's what we do. Appreciate the love. Let's get into it. Listen. One of the major threats in prison, man, is getting crossed out, man. Getting crossed out, getting moved out of your position, getting you out the way just for doing you. You understand? A lot of people got this concept of, like I say, you go to prison, you don't bother nobody, you stay to yourself, woo, do your time, man. That's a fantasy. That is a big old fantasy right there. That's one of the uh, biggest misconceptions about prison. People will try to get you X'd out, man, crossed out and moved out the way if you're just doing you. You understand? Because you may be a threat to what they're doing or what they're trying to do. So I done went through this many times. You know what I'm saying? And by no means am I saying that I was the type of dude all the time, my entire bit, that won't in a lot of controversy or in controversy. I was, you know what I'm saying? I make no bones about that. Those were learning curves for me, trying to, navigate my way through penitentiary. But in doing so, dudes will try to get you crossed out, if nothing else, just for me being running the store box or me being independent or not having to borrow nothing from nobody or need nobody for nothing. Dudes would not like you for that. They will want you moved, man. They want you out the way. And in the store box, running the store box is one of the main things because other dudes will try to run the store box and they'll feel like that you cutting into their profit. And then you get these some bammers that think that they can run everything. So they'll get mad if they got a store box on the block and anybody else open up a store box. They'll try to get you crossed out by all types of trickery and larceny and tomfoolery and skullduggery, man. Dudes will write notes on you. It be the same ones that doing what you doing, but they'll write notes on you. If that don't work, man, they'll send hitters at you. They'll put lies and rumors on you for other people to approach you in hopes that would turn into a confrontation, that would turn into a physical altercation, that would turn into your getting up off of there. And it's all a plan, you know, you know, thought of by them. It's some, oh well, if I send them people to them like this or to them, and they'll do little stuff like that. So you have to be prepared for that type of stuff at all times. You got to check all disrespect. You got to check all, questions with people, man. You got to be unapproachable. You got to be where can't nobody come up to you and be asking you about what they heard or I wasn't like that. You can't come up to me and ask me about somebody say you said what. But if you ain't bring them with you, man, get out my face. I'm not trying to go through none of that. I learned that early in the war that with the con that they was running in there. When I said that story and I told y'all about some guy sold me some glasses, and then you got to do the double back. A couple of weeks later, say, hey man, where you get them glasses from? Somebody stole them out. Man, that's old con. That ain't even gonna work with me. You understand? But the younger dudes or the other dudes, they have to learn like I had to learn. But it's so much game being ran in the penitentiary, so much jealousy, so much, hate up in there that dudes, like I say, will be plotting on you and you will be none the wiser. You know what I'm saying? You will be none the wiser. Same thing going back to when I was on Mecklenburg, man, and the white dude that was getting the weed. They wanted me out of the way so bad, but they didn't know how to do it correctly. But they wanted me out the way. They trying to cross me out. They couldn't come physically because that would be a physical altercation. So within that physical altercation, somebody gonna have to be involved. So if I do get out of the way, they going with me. So their thing was they wanted to get rid of me so they can be out there and they can take my position in getting these drugs. You understand? So they wrote notes and they told the people to start shaking down my people coming in as if my people was bringing in drugs. So they made my visitation uncomfortable. They made my visitor uncomfortable. Whereas they don't want to see or go through this stuff, so they may not come as much because they going through so much hassle, um, which would make me in a bad disposition. So they're hoping that I might lash out at the police or I might lash out at somebody. Either way, the end game was to get rid of me. You understand me? But when I didn't respond in the way that they wanted me to, and when my people didn't, stop coming see me, then that plan failed. So they went to the next plan, which was eventually somebody snuck in my cell, put the Bethlehem in my cell, and then go to the people and drop the note, and the people come find it, and me saying it ain't mine is to no avail. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm down out, I'm gone. They done crossed me out. You understand? Then I'm back there going crazy, knowing that ain't mine. So I'm thinking administration did it because they can't get me for bringing in drugs in the penitentiary because I'm not bringing them in. So they're irritated and frustrated with not being able to catch me, and people are still sending in notes. So they think I'm getting away under the radar. So now they put the knife in there, planted it. So I'm just discombobulated altogether because this is how deep the game is. But at the time, I'm so young, I don't understand that it goes this deep. That it's actually these convicts, these inmates that want to get rid of me. They want to cross me out my spot because their need to get high is greater than their principles, greater than their morals. That they would try to cross me out. If it can't take me out, cross me out. You understand? If they can't take you out, they will cross you out in the penitentiary. Please believe that. You know what I'm saying? And the game is deep, man. So it's a lot of psychological things that got to go with it too, man. There's a lot of cognitive stuff that you're gonna have to be aware of, just not physical. Prison is not really all physical. It results in physical. It gets settled physically, but mentally you got to be ready. Mentally you got to be prepared. You got to be able to outthink a dude. Your next move got to be your best move. Because if you make a wrong move, then you out of here all the way to get all the way around the board. So I learned all of that stuff early in my bit. You got to think I'm on Mecklenburg in the early 90s. I'm on Mecklenburg probably like 90, 91, 92. I'm up on there like that. So I'm early in my bit. I'm locked up in 87. So it's early. So I'm learning these hard lessons early. See, that's one thing about prison too. Once you go into prison, it ain't no grace period where you just right in the fire. You right in the fire. Straight like that. You in the fire, you gonna have to adapt, cope, and adjust quick. Cause ain't nobody gonna stop and hold your hand and try to tell you what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You just make one bad move and then that's it. So I was fortunate to, to to a degree that I was put in these places early. That I was put in the wall, that I was put in Mecklenburg early. Them was the two top worst prisons in Virginia at the time. Mecklenburg and the wall, and I hit both of them within my first 5 years. You understand? So I got a deep, quick education on survival, on game, on on being able to see this stuff. I got a quick education in there, but it was an education that I had to get at my own expense because one false move, then I wouldn't even be here. you know. So, like I said, the game is so deep, man. I can remember, like I say, and it don't stop. Prison is it's what's the word? It's perpetual, man. It just keeps going and going and going. When I can remember all the way up on Wallace Ridge. When I said something about this before, I can remember up on Wallace Ridge when the white boy had money and had a store boss, but he had a friend of his that was the enforcer of that. He was the enforcer. He gonna push that Bethlehem. He gonna fight. He gonna rumble. He gonna do whatever. You know what I'm saying? They running the little parlay. They running the little store box. But he the muscle behind the white boy, scared to death. But soon as the white boy get gone, and somebody he tells his homeboy to look out for him and put him in the position that he was in. But his homeboy wasn't built like he was built. So they knew that. The wolves knew that. So as soon as he got gone, They got down on him. You know what I'm saying? And and they went to the dude that they left to the dude left to oversee him and to get the money. And they went to him and told him, look, man, you need to get out of the way or you get ready to get hurt. Or we can ready to get rid of this white boy because they wanted to run the store box. They wanted to run the parlay. They wanted to be the ones getting the money in there. You understand? So they put one of their hitters in the Bloods. You know, they give orders. You gonna have to follow these orders or whatever orders that they gave you to do. If you don't do, they gonna demonstrate that on you and send somebody else. So either way, it's gonna get done. So either you gonna do it or it's gonna get done to you. So they send this dude, man, to get the white boy out of the way, man. And the white boy was harmless, man. He was harmless, but he was a threat because he had the clientele that they wanted. So that white boy was just standing out there in the park, minding his own business, man. Won't bother nobody. Ain't gonna bust a grape in a fruit fight with steel toe boots on. You understand me? And he just standing out there in that part, and I seen this from beginning to end. And this big tall blood, man, he was tall, cut up, muscular. He just came up behind dude and just unaware. Dude was just standing there, just minding his business, looking up. Boom! Out of nowhere, dropped him. And that was enough. He was through. He's not a fighter. He can't even fight. He ain't built for none of this type of physical altercation. And he hit the ground, and you got to think these floors in prison are marble. You understand? He started stomping that dude's head. And man, it was just so brutal. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, this is like overkill. You know, it made me sick in my stomach. It was disgusting because I'm saying it's a human being first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? And I know he ain't gonna do nothing to nobody. So why is you doing all of this? But this is the type of environment we in. This is the type of life you living when you in prison. You know what I'm saying? Everything is fair game. And they wanted him gone. And now he in the position where he got to demonstrate to the rest of his clique that I'm a real, you know what I'm saying? I'm a real blood. I'm gonna go hard for y'all. I'm gonna get the job done. I'm the man you need to send on the mission. This is the message that he got to send to his own people. You understand? But it's at the expense of, old boy that was just trying to make some money and survive in prison. You know? And man, he was stomping the dude head, man, and that's that thing that I told y'all called pumpkin head. That boy head started swelling up immediately. But then it's a double-edged sword because he's gonna take the punishment for that too. You know what I'm saying? You just cannon fodder. You just a crash dummy for the people who say they love you, but they don't love you because they ain't doing what they telling you to do. Man, them people seeing that stuff, man, and start busting. And it's a white boy that you doing this to on a racist institution. Man, them people start busting. Bow, bow, get on the ground. Bow, get on the ground. And they shooting him, and he goes over and lay down, and they still shooting him. Blow, I'm down. Blow, they still shooting. And it ain't no doubt in my mind they whooped him severely when they got him back there. Seeing him do that to a white boy, then they probably went back and looked at the camera and saw it from beginning to end. Man, they brutalized him and you did this because you was told to do it. And I guarantee you, the whooping that they would have put on you was not worse than the whooping that them police put on you. And you got more time. And you had to heal up. And you had to be sent out there on the helicopter to these medical people, hoping that they could save your life or get you back. He probably never be the same again. He probably never be the same again. He probably never see the people who ordered him to do that again. You understand? Then you got a street charge. You gonna give more time. You gotta go through all of this for what? You understand? So this is the type of environment that I'm in. This is the type of life that we living up in this joint on a day-to-day basis. So when you see these things, it always redefines your thought process and your mentality. Cause it's late in my bit. This is like 2015, 16, something like that. No, no, no. 2000. No, this is like 2010, 11. In between 2010, 11, or 12. Right around that time. You know what I'm saying? That's fairly relatively late in my bit. I got out in 2020. So this type of stuff is still prevalent. It's still going on. But it's all because they want to get rid of you. You see what I'm saying? If they can't take you out, they'll cross you out. You know what I'm saying? In that position, they figure they can take him out. They can muscle him out. You know, if that wasn't the capable the possibility, which it wasn't when he had the dude there that's gonna push that knife, gonna push that Bethlehem if you come playing around, cause that money is what he live off of in prison, and he willing to die for it, and he willing to kill for it. See what I'm saying? And they knew that. Saying back when I was dealing with the dude that was getting money on Mecklenburg, they knew what I was willing to do, so they can't take you out, so they cross you out. See what I'm saying? So they couldn't take him out when he was there, but when he left, then they could turn around and take him out because it won't no need to try to cross him out. And when old boy was there, they was trying to cross him out. They're saying the people to his cell, but he had everything in the white boy's cell. See what I'm saying? He was smarter than them. He was cognitive. He was thinking. He knew what they wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And he knew they won't coming at him playing because he knew it was gonna be casualties on both ends. So penitentiary is psychological, man, too, man. It's mental war games going on in there every day, but the greed and the the need to have things, and they'll feel like you in their way, they will cross you out, man. They will cross you out if they can't take you out, man. If they can take you out, they'll do that too. But either way, they just want to get rid of you because you in the way of what they're trying to accomplish, be it a store box, be it getting money, even when you at a female, when you like one of them female COs, and they think they got a shot at the female CO, but they see that the female CO is giving you a little bit more play, a little bit more attention, a little bit more conversation. The plot is on to get rid of you. The plot is on and you don't even know it, but you have to know it if you already cognitive that, okay, people see my interactions with her, so now I know, I got to know it's some jealous dudes here and they're gonna want to get rid of me. They'll start writing notes. They'll start trying to plant stuff on. And see, that's one thing I learned too from the Mecklenburg situation. And it's a hard thing to keep up with, but you have to be cognitive of that. Whenever you leave your cell from time to time, when you come back in your cell, you got to check your cell, man. You got to shake your own cell then. Because somebody will slide something in your cell and then drop a note. And if it get found in there, your excuse that it ain't yours. Somebody put this in my cell. That ain't going to carry no weight. You going up out of there. And you going to get charged with whatever's in your cell. And some dudes play the game so deep, they may get some drugs, they may get some dope, they may get some of that and slide it in your cell real hard where it goes all the way up under your bed and you don't even see it. You come back in your cell and get to moving around doing what you got to do, getting ready to take a shower, getting ready to do this and do that, and you ain't even thought to look up under your bed, check the corner of your bed, because somebody can stick their hand on the inside of your chuck hole too and throw some, and if it land right at the corner of your bed, it probably be at the corner of your bed, and if you don't go get in your bed, you're not even gonna see that. You know what I'm saying? You're not even gonna see it. So boom, if you go in for counting, you just walk in and you go to your cell, you grab stuff, come out, run and get a shower, get yourself together, hurry up trying to get back to your cell before count is over, get in your cell, getting yourself together, and them doors closed, and they done drop that note on you. And them people come to your door, hey man, shake down. You get up all confident. I ain't did nothing, I ain't worried about it, ain't nothing here. And they go to your bed, and that stuff on the end of your bed. Now what you think? Who you think they gonna believe? Not you. Not you. You going down like the Titanic. So you have to check your own cell when you come in there, man. This how deep the game is in there. See, these things that people don't know. You know what I'm saying? But when somebody wants you gone, they want you gone. And if they can't, like I say, come to you straight like a man, which is very, very rare, you know, yeah, they're gonna figure a way to get you gone if you're a threat to them or they don't want you around. So you got to know all of these things, man, in the penitentiary, man. It's a dirty game, man. It's a dirty game, man. Please believe that, So yeah, man, just a little penitentiary knowledge, man. If they can't take you out, they'll cross you out. Stay alert, man. Stay aware. But first and foremost, stay out of the penitentiary. You ain't got to deal with none of this. Straight like that. Stay out of the penitentiary. You ain't got to deal with none of this, man. Y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back, man. Just had that on my chest this morning. Wanted to drop it on y'all. Big love to everybody with that membership, man. 2 new videos on deck. Be ready for them. One of them is a story you never heard in your life. Appreciate all of y'all for subscribing over there to that. Y'all stay tuned. More things to come, man. Shout out to everybody who watched the Connect interview, man. Go leave a like, a comment, share the video. Let's run it up, because we on to the next one. Salute, y'all. Be safe, be smart, make good decisions, and man, duck them hooks, man. They out there, man. Penitentiary, dirty work.
The banking special.
Yeah.
Pure delicious.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.